After generations of Firelords failed to find you, now the universe delivers you to me as an act of providence.
Please listen to me. We don't have to fight. You have the power to end it here and stop what you're doing.
You are right. I do have the power. I have all the power in the world! Okay, after listening to that, did you get the same sense of menace I did? Or were you too distracted by the "how dare a white guy imitate an Asian" outrage? We'll get into that, but this is part 2 of this video series on why politically correct recasting can be a problem. Let's break it down. As I said before, if we take this logic to its extreme, the characters in Avatar: The Last Airbender are based on Asian subgroups. Airbenders are Tibetan Shaolin monks, Earthbenders are Cantonese/Mandarin Chinese, the Water Tribe are Inuits/Eskimos, peoples who mostly lived in Alaska and Canada, whose mythology even shows migration from Asia over the Bering Strait. The Fire Nation is basically Imperial Japan during its era of hyper-nationalism in World War II, if you follow that logic to the end. The only voice actor who arguably gets to stay in their role is Dante Bosco. And even that's really kind of debatable. So yes, taken literally, you would end up with someone like George Takei voicing Firelord Ozai instead of Mark Hamill. But here's the key. We all agree Mark Hamill's performance works. He delivers the weight, the menace, and intonation the role demands. Same with Greg Baldwin replacing Mako. Mako's voice was so distinctive that it needed someone who could replicate it almost perfectly. If you're getting offended by the "but it's not the same race, you can't imitate another race," then remember, we're talking about fictional cultures that are inspired by, but not identical to, real ones. What matters is, does the actor sound right for the part? Not, do they look like the part? Because this isn't live action, it's voice acting. That's why if the BBC were to, say, cast a black actress as Queen Victoria, that's just straight up miscasting. But in voice acting, unless you're being deliberately offensive, like those old WW2 propaganda cartoons mocking the Japanese, this really shouldn't be an issue. If I'm making my Viking anime idea, and Phil Lamar voices a white character, I'd have zero problems with it. If his voice fits the role, the fact that he's black and that there were no black Vikings doesn't matter. In live action, that's different. In voice acting, the voice is what counts. So to wrap this all up, I'm going to do one more entry in this series, where I voice the grandma from Coco. Stay tuned.